Hey guys, it's a glorious Thursday. Thank you for waking up with us. So glad to have you part of this podcast. I almost said broadcast. Part of this podcast, man. We are excited. We are so grateful for you. And we hope this information this week, we've been talking about anger, all week. And I believe it's something we all need to make sure we're not allowing ourselves to get too caught up in it, but really to trust God to give us the peace and the guidance, and direction we need. But I want to ask this question, though, is this: why are we so angry? People are driving angry. I don't know if you noticed it. I mean, it's people are running. I was driving the other day, and somebody was honking a horn at somebody, and they were just driving down, battlefield or something. It's like, why? What is going on? And so it is very important to recognize what it is that makes us angry in the first place. Anger is a secondary emotion. It is a hostile response to a perceived hurt or threat. It is dissatisfaction, irritation, a frustration, or even rage. And many times it's hard to realize what we are really angry about. So being angry may give us feelings of control or power when we feel insecure, vulnerable, or fearful about a situation or about something. Maybe we get angry at the person, like I'm talking about driving too slow, because sometimes the person is driving too slow in front of us. Sometimes the person is driving too fast, behind us. And it's like they did something we did not like, and we start yelling at them, getting mad at them. So we go home, or we get to the job and we're angry. We're in a bad mood, thinking that the person driving that car in front of us is responsible for us being angry. Not so fast, my friend. When in reality, what is making us mad happened long before you got in the car, before you got behind that slow driver, or before that person came up fast behind you, or whatever traffic you might find yourself in. It's already been churning. It's already been starting on the inside. So have you ever thought about what really makes you angry? What puts you in a really bad mood every day? It may not be a bad driver, but something that is bothering you about your own life. It's about to get hot. Maybe it is something that you can't change, but your focus is so distorted that you cannot see where the problem really is. And so you blame all these little things happening around you instead of focusing on the root of the problem and trying to fix it. We got to work on ourselves. We got to turn the finger and point the finger back at us. And maybe you're angry because you have too many, responsibilities. Maybe you got too many things to do, or maybe your life did not turn out the way, that you hoped for. Or now you're angry, and maybe you're walking with dissatisfaction. But think about it. You can do something about it. We don't have to stay where we are. We don't have to stay stuck. We don't have to stay bound. God can set us free from it. And so it's so important to recognize that. But maybe you're angry because you did something wrong and it led to some unwanted consequences. But you must know that you can change your life with God's help. With God's wisdom, through God's word, you can change your life. You can always do something about it. Until we discover what really makes us angry, it will always be disguised as something else. It'll be the money problem. It'll be this situation. It'll be the car. It'll be whatever. But it's masking, but we got to get to the root of really what is making us angry. So think about this. Learn to focus on what is making you really angry, and then really ask the Father to help you change whatever you need to change. Ask Him to help you, ask Him that you give Him control over your thoughts and your emotions. So, have you relinquished your anger to God? Have you allowed God in? Have you invited Him into the situation? I encourage you to do that even today, to help with any kind of anger issues or any kind of issues where you feel like you don't measure up. All those things are rooted in pride and selfishness, and God is the one who can set us free. Man, hope that helped you. God bless you. See you tomorrow on the Faith for Today podcast.